Um, I have been sitting here trying to get this together for this live presentation. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be live now. That's you know, um, I do see how to share it to YouTube, how to share my screen on YouTube. But just with all of the feedback, because I don't need any mess going on. I'm thinking that it might be better to, and that's what I don't like because I do want to be able to engage with the content. And I don't know, I'm thinking maybe if I share the link via another, no. I'm trying to think of other ways to share the live stream to where the feedback from the live stream doesn't affect my ability to engage. And I probably won't be able to engage with people directly. Um, so it's given pre-recorded Zoom. It's given share a pre-recorded Zoom to the YouTube platform. And basically, because like now that I'm seeing the potential for technical difficulties. I'm seeing a lot of potential for technical difficulties. So I'm thinking that the best outcome is to just pre-record this and share it pre-recorded because we don't want like maybe it will be pre-recorded and then we could just come back and we could engage about the topic. Like I could just do a straightforward live so you could join me on the platform for a live after the pre-recorded. So let's say I release the pre-recorded presentation at 4 o'clock, like I said I was gonna do. Once the pre-recorded, um, I'm wondering, hmm. Okay, so once the pre-recorded live has ended, then I would come live basically. So I would do a live right after the pre-recorded live had happened. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's the best option. Um, what I would like to be able to do in the future is have that content available while I'm live, like be able to share my screen and be able to do the presentation while I'm live. But I think for right now, because it's very important not to have any snafus with this, for this to go off smoothly, for it to be clear, because I know that a lot of people um, have really, really like short attention spans and don't always get everything. So I really just want the primary goal of this presentation Sunday is for clarity, is for just unadulterated clarity, like and I feel like that is the season that I'm moving into now, is like wanting to be really, really clear. Like I think um, as a um, as a being, where I am in consciousness, um, at one time it was just about a whole bunch of colors. It was about just all of these different colors and just being all over the place. And then at one period it was about just this one solid color, whether it was purple or black or gray. And now I'm just moving into this phase of fire, dragon fire, just being passionate and but being clear, like being fiery, being passionate, but also being very clear about where I am and how I see things. And it's not about being shady, it's not about offending people, it's not about being rude, it's not about being narcissistic, it's not about being egotistical. It's just really about being clear. Like I'm almost 50 years old. It is not shade. It's not about being shady. It's not about saying um, you know, F you, or I don't like you. It's about saying, this is who I am, this is where I am. I still want to be considerate of where you are. I still want to be considerate of who you are and how you show up, but this is where I am, for just for clarity. This is how I feel, this is how I move, and I feel like, if I hear you, you should be able to hear me. So like I so people are being drawn to Laylim Layler. People are being drawn to Purple Thought. Purple Thought is really, like, now I notice that this generation, the youngsters are starting to say, um, well, the younger people are starting to say, I have a mother and I have a father, so I'm mixed. I noticed that that's starting to go viral. People saying that they're mixed, and that's just another way of saying that you're whole. That's Purple Thought, basically. And I think that people are waking up to wholeness, and people are saying I'm mixed, but it's just another way of saying you're whole. And so, like, now, seeing these people waking up to wholeness, waking up to the fact that we are our mothers and fathers, our grandmothers and our grandfathers, like, that's literally going viral on TikTok. It's literally going viral on Instagram. Younger people making videos calling themselves mixed. It is the same thing. It is Laylim Layler. It is Purple Thought. It is a different way of saying the same thing. So now people are coming to this space in consciousness where they are owning their wholeness. And so the content that I'm creating and the conversations that I'm saying don't sound like a fluke. And people, and it's not even about being trendy, because people are talking about it, but they literally have a 1 minute TikTok or a 30-second TikTok. Whereas I could talk about this all day, every day, because that's the work I've been doing. Never haven't deviated from that since 2017. Laylim Layler is about to be 8 years old on Christmas Day. We calling it Laylim Layler Day now. Yes, we are. In the Purple Nation, we're calling it Laylim Layler Day. But Laylim Layler is about to be 8 years old. And since the word was said almost 8 years ago, this has been the work nonstop. Even though I feel like I've been on this path my whole life, I can clearly say that 8 years ago, this was when it was really happening. This was the foundation, and it's been consistent for the past 8 years. So this year we fixing to solidify. There's been a book published with a whole chapter, with a whole recollection, because I don't call my book chapters. It's not divided into chapters. It's divided into recollecting reflections. So there's a whole book with a recollecting reflection about Laylim Layler. So this is 8 years worth of work, tangible work, uh, and we're seeing how this work is impacting consciousness, whether people are using the same exact words or not, the same exact language. The fact that Laylim Layler has been here doing the work, getting recognition, getting notoriety, it has impacted. So we're seeing the impact, we're seeing the measurable outcome, we're seeing the deliverable, we're seeing this generation stepping into this consciousness of owning their wholeness. So when funders be trying to play in my face, when society be trying to play in my face, then baby, there's the proof that these little young children out here talking about they're mixed, talking about their mother and their father, talking. Yeah, and that's what we need. We need that shift. We need that shift in consciousness. And I think that the world is going to be a far more beautiful place than it would be if there was not these types of conversations happening, and they weren't going viral and people weren't talking like that. So when we talk about the necessity for this, well, we'll get more into that in the live on into the presentation on next Sunday. Also, Purple Prodigy will be doing a presentation, to represent for the youth aspect of being a purple one. So we're excited about that. So we have to work on that presentation as well. Though, but you may be seeing me tinker, and just popping up, trying to get this stuff straight throughout the week. Yeah, yeah. But that's pretty much what I want to say. I didn't want to be long winded with this. I just wanted to jump on just in case y'all saw me, doing multiple lives, trying to get everything situated because I'm trying to make sure everything is clear. Next month is the 8 year anniversary of Laylim Layler, Purple Thought, Purple Nation, and doing great, doing really really great on TikTok. Almost got 1,000 followers. Videos is doing their thing. Got a couple of videos that is doing really, really good numbers. People are really, really engaging with the platform. Um, I'm really excited about seeing how many people are connecting with the messaging and people who are connecting. I started my TikTok last year. I want to say last year in like April or something like that. And so for me to have almost 1,000 followers. I'm like literally, I want to say 12 away from, and just not delineating, not getting on TikTok and feeling the need to follow trends and feeling the need, like, every now and then it's a trend that speaks to me. So I'm not gonna say that I never participate in trends, but some of that stuff is cute, and some of it I'd be like, yes, I want to get on there, but it's things that are authentic and real for me. It's not me saying, "Oh, I'm trying to get some attention." It's me like I saw the trend and I was like, I want to do that. Like I want to be a part of it. Not so much of, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna get views or people gonna see me. No, it's like I really like that trend. Like I want to jump on it. So yeah, but it's um a lot going on right now, social media wise, and I got a lot of thoughts in my head, and I need to kind of like process. And there's some things that I want to share, and I think that tomorrow I'm gonna do a live, or I don't know if I'm gonna do a live as much as I know I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do a topic, and this topic is not me being messy, but I've been like somebody else, like brought this to my attention, and I'm gonna talk about this. And when I talk about this, um, it have to do with T.S. Madison. And it's not me dragging T.S. Madison or me coming for T.S. Madison because I'm not there anymore. I'm not like to the point to where I need to tear her. And I don't even feel like I was ever tearing her down to begin with. I feel like, and I've said this before, I feel like I was watching a football game, and I'm not really into sports, but I am into content creators and black trans content creators specifically. And there were a few of them that I saw as like my quarterbacks, who I saw as like, like the star quarterbacks of the team. And my interrogation of her, my um, constant critique of her is like when your favorite player in sports is like you feel like they fumbling the ball or you feel like they messing up, and you're upset about it and you're like he should have did this and he should have did that, or he shouldn't have did, like that. How people be like they be critiquing they favorite football player, saying if he would have did this it wouldn't have happened, like. And so I think that's what my relationship was to T.S. Madison for a long time. It was like watching one of my, like, I will liken it to that. All of the girls that I have critiqued, in this social media world, it wasn't a hate. It wasn't a, um, jealousy. It wasn't a, I'm mad. It was y'all, this is not my vision. Like this is not how we win the game. Like that is what it was. Like it was me being passionate about um advocacy, me being passionate about community, me being, and I think that sometimes my passion is just misconstrued. I think that sometimes people just misconstrue my intentions, but I'm just really, really passionate about community. I'm passionate about melanin rich people. I'm passionate about poor people. I'm passionate about collectively healing. Like, I'm passionate about these things. And sometimes I get caught up in my passion and I'm having a human experience. So sometimes I get arrogant, sometimes I get egotistical, and there's traits of narcissism, and there's all that going on. There's all that kind of like slides in. So you know what I'm saying? I'm having a human experience and I'm feeling all these emotions and I'm passionate, and sometimes it's just misconstrued. But you know, a lot of the people that I've openly had critique for and I've had criticism for and I've, you know, been upset about, it's because, you know, these were people who I originally gravitated towards, people who I resonated with on some level, people who I felt a deeper connection with. And you have, and you know, what this, what time has taught me is just because someone is trans, just because they're black, it doesn't mean that y'all are family. It doesn't mean y'all are tribe. But you know, when I first came into this, you know, it was like, oh, we both trans, we tribe. We both black, we definitely tribe. But that's not true. You know, all skin folks ain't kinfolk, and all trans folk are not your siblings. They're not, you are not inherently divinely closely related or closely interconnected as much as you would like to be. That's just not the reality. You know, you have different, I'm not going to say we're not connected at all, because I do feel like we're all mirrors and we're all connected to each other. But some people just not going to be close around you. You know, when you putting a puzzle together, there are pieces that fit directly together. There are pieces that are directly linked. And all of these pieces come together and make this big puzzle, but there are pieces of the puzzle that come nowhere near to touching each other, nowhere near to connecting. Everything is connected, but a piece over at the far corner is not connecting with a piece sitting in the middle, if that makes any sense. So you can all be working together to illustrate a bigger picture, but at the end of the day, you're not directly linked. You're not directly connected. And so that's what I'm learning. Just because we are trans and we are black and we share a history of exploitation, sex work, or whatever you want to call it, it does not mean that we're directly linked in our mission, our purpose, and our intentions are not the same. Our plans are not the same. And so I do have like a video synopsis that I want to do that I thought was very enlightening and inspiring. And at some point, I want to talk about it. And I am going to talk about it. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you all for the thumbs up, you know, because it wasn't that many of y'all on here, but thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for coming on to the live. This is just an update to let y'all know that there will be a lot of content that will be coming your way, that will be making Laylim Layler and Purple Thought more clear, not only from a older perspective, but from a younger perspective. I noticed that my target audience is predominantly people from the ages of 25 to 34. So, you know, I'm glad that I'm reaching younger people. Um, yeah, I love y'all. Hey, big sister Sharonda. Well, I'm getting ready to get off of here, but I was just jumping on for a second to just give y'all updates and to let y'all know what's going on. Throughout the week, you will be getting more content, and I will be, you know, checking in with you, to talk about that video. But right now, I need to get up because I got some filming to do today with Purple Prodigy. We're getting ready to do Purple Prodigy's first solo video. So be on the lookout for that. I love y'all. Laylim Layler Nation. Purple ones. Rise. Thank you. Later.